How terrifying is the world of human extinction? The world is actually dominated by alien creatures, and their favorite food turned out to be humans. It's eating people to extinction. It's really scary. Only Graham, the god of the forest, doesn't eat meat. He only patrols and guards the forest until the end of his life. Unexpectedly, on this day, he actually picked up a human little girl. So he became Somali's father, entered baby mode. But it's not going to be easy to get Summary back to humans. The little girl always likes to run around. I also like to make a fuss. Emotionless, Graham couldn't understand it all. This child is really disobedient. Then the two came to the monster town. There are monsters everywhere. The old father was just about to tell Somali to disguise herself as a demon, but found that her daughter was recruiting cats and dogs again. He was almost speechless. Then the two went to a restaurant. The signature dish is actually deep-sea fish rice. Clean and hygienic, brothers. Somalia bit the bullet and took a bite. I didn't expect this smell to be quack. I still want to give my father a taste. Graham says no. He is the god of the forest. As long as air, sunlight, and water can survive. The monsters around me are thinking, this is a rarity. I learned that he was going to bring his horned daughter to find humans. Everyone was even more surprised. After their ancestors defeated humanity, I've only seen humans at the dinner table. Hearing this, Graham is about to run away with his daughter. In order not to be suspected, the two had to check into a hotel. Soma was immediately happy. I accidentally broke the horn hat. Let the old father sew it up for him quickly. I am afraid that my daughter will be seen through by the devil. And the next morning arrived. The two set off immediately. Solmary saw the demon's parents holding hands. He wanted Graham to hold his hand. However, the old father did not. Without this emotional awareness, he just thinks about what to do with the next travel expenses. So he sold the gems he found in the forest for money. As a result, the black-hearted boss wants to maliciously lower the price. Graham immediately opened his eyes. That your store is full of counterfeits. Don't make me say it. The boss obediently gave the money at the original price. Unexpectedly, when he bargained, Somali has been attracted to kittens. Graham hurriedly stood high and searched with the eyes of the sky. At this point, Somali finally touched the cat. Unexpectedly, this cat can talk. The old father arrived just in time. Dare to hit on my daughter. Don't make me hit you with a platinum star. A stare can scare the magic cat away. The little girl is happy. He knew his father would come. So the father and daughter embarked on the journey again. To avoid putting my daughter in danger again, Graham is finally willing to hold hands with his daughter. And the next morning, two little rabbits emerged from the bushes. Somali loves furry little animals. If you hold it, you won't let go. I didn't expect my father to communicate with animals. He asked for directions to the next town. Unexpectedly, the rabbit stole Somali's mushrooms. He immediately went after. He fell down before taking 2 steps, knee bleeding. When I saw my daughter, she cried in pain. The old father is in a hurry. What should I do if I have no medicine in my pocket now? Just then, a little ghost doctor appears. In the spirit of the doctor's kindness, he immediately helped Soma with the medicine. Then he invited 2 people to his house as guests. Graham wishes the ghost doctor would teach him how to make drugs. But in exchange, doctors also want to remove part of Graham's body, doing research for my daughter. The old father decisively broke off a piece of his body and gave it to him. This made Somali feel very distressed. I want to do more for my father. So they started fighting to do housework, and Graham took medicine seriously. These women are both fighting for each other. Only then did the ghost doctor realize. Graham wrapped himself up so tightly. It must prevent the epidermis from continuing to fall off. Think of it this way. The ghost doctor also feels guilty. Rem said, "Your expression is the same as that of Somali after the fall. When I see this expression, he's going to panic." He didn't want Somali to look like that again. That's why they tried so hard to make pharmaceuticals. and comforted the ghost doctor with a piece of skin in exchange. The technology of pharmaceuticals has been particularly transformed. The ghost doctor laughed. Sure enough, this old father will be distressed. Arrogant Graham quickly denied it. Call yourself a tough guy without blood or tears. Late at night, Somali is asleep. Graham just told the ghost clan the truth. He wants to find his biological parents for Somali as soon as possible. Just give the little girl back to them. The big ghost is very puzzled. Somali is so young. Can't you wait until he grows up? Graham didn't say anything. He took off his clothes. Below is a broken body. It turns out that although Graham has a lifespan of thousands of years, but he has lived 998 years and 253 days. His life will be over in just over a year, so Somali has to be returned before then. This is a journey destined to leave. And, of course, the truth will not be known to Somali. However, the ghost doctor made it clear. Only when Soma is by your side. It looks happy. These words also made the old father fall into deep thought. The next morning, the father and daughter bid farewell to the ghosts, and the journey continued. The two of them made it all the way to Ant Nest Town. The streets here are as complex as ants' nests. Once you get lost, you can never get out. The scared daughter quickly posted with the old father. But just as Graham was about to sell something, the little girl couldn't control herself anymore. Standing on a dangerous bridge, Somali was instantly scared back to his father. The boss said that we are rich in materials. Your stuff is not worth much. Why don't you go to work and earn some travel expenses? At this time, the daughter is also hungry to the limit. The old father had to take him to a restaurant for a meal first. It ended up at the door. I actually found a wooden box moving on the ground. A curious Somali immediately went over to open the box. The movement attracted the restaurant owner. It turned out to be his son Jajira. The boss said, his wife sprained her back. I had to ask my son to come to the store to help. Kurzi always wants to run out to play. There is a shortage of staff in the store now. Upon hearing this, Graham asked to work here and tell my daughter, during his work, never leave your sight. Jajira is happy. Finally found a friend his age. So the two became good friends immediately. Graham, on the other hand, started working. He can actually serve 6 dishes at a time. You can easily calculate calorie with the eye of God. It was just too strong. The guests also told Graham. It is said that compatriots have encountered humans at the end of the desert. But that road is extremely difficult to walk. After work, Graham immediately went to buy equipment for crossing the desert. But he doesn't have enough money. I had to keep working. Then the little girl felt lonely. I just want to go to my dad to post it. And Graham says he can't see me working? Let him take it away. And Jajira suggested that we take him out on the street. As a result, he was stopped by Graham before he could go out. You are not allowed to run around. Don't cause trouble for adults. Somali had to listen. Jajira can't take it. Said he would definitely be able to protect Somali. Graham agreed to let them out. Go. But order them to come back before dark. Even the shop owner thought Graham was too strict. 2 children were out eating. The little girl cried while eating. He thought all he wanted to do was make money and finish the trip. I definitely don't want him anymore. Jasilla quickly said that there is a legend in their town. Just make a wish to the luminous flower and bring it back before it wilts. Wish will come true. The little girl broke into a smile. To go with him to find the luminous flower. Little do you know, all this was seen by the fierce Uncle Wolf. So the 2 children sneaked into the underworld. Follow the starry sky butterfly all the way. Finally found the glowing flower. So Mary found the largest flower. Side picking. While making a wish to be with my father forever. Unexpectedly, the big mushroom next to it turned out to be a monster. Wanted to attack Samari. In the nick of time, a cold arrow just hit the eyeball. Fight back the big mushrooms. It turned out that Uncle Wolf shot in time. Turns out he was Jigila's master, also the guardian of the underworld. Remember when she was going to take the baby back? Somali's hair crown suddenly withered. It turns out that the tree here has not yet grown up. Not enough nutrients for the flowers. Unless you go to the big sacred tree deep in the jungle. It's too dangerous there. But Soma didn't want to give up. He must fulfill his wish to be with his father. Uncle Wolf was moved by the little girl's determination. Decided to set off with 2 little ones. Little did he know that the old father on the other side was already worried. I'm starting to be distracted from work. Thanks to Uncle Wolf for leading the way. Soon, Samari came to the giant tree. Unexpectedly, the moment of picking the luminous flower, an earth lizard actually broke out. Uncle Wolf did not dare to act rashly. Fear of earth lizards hurting children. Jijala also quickly protected in front of Somali. Fried hair terrorizes earth lizards. Somali sincerely expressed his wish. He just wants to be with his dad forever. The earth lizard seemed to understand Somali's request. As a father, he also has a deep understanding. Recognized the little girl's wish. Turned around and left. After the crisis is lifted. One-eyed wolf Quajira is such a man. And the earth lizard is the guardian of the glowing flower. He will spare Samari. Which means he accepted Soma's wish. The little girl was overjoyed. Hurry up and take the flowers that haven't withered back to find Dad. I want to tell him about my experiences along the way. And Graham was angry. Come up and scold your daughter. The police informed Mary. Disobedient. Their trip ends immediately. Go wherever you like. The little girl is wrong. Still, Shahwa ran back to the room crying. But Hila consoled him and didn't open it. The store owner advised Graham to coax his daughter. And he wouldn't listen. Uncle Wolf can't stand it anymore. Take Somali's wish to be with him forever. And risking my life looking for flowers. It's all said. Finally, give the flowers to Graham. Graham finally understood his daughter's intentions. Unexpectedly, just then, Jijala suddenly came downstairs to report. Somali fell ill with a fever. The store only has medicine for the long-haired people. There was no cure for Soul Mary. The old father had to make a bowl of porridge for his daughter. Let him replenish his energy quickly. Mary was so sick that she didn't want to eat it. Graham insisted on feeding her. He also warned her not to eat. Daughter vomited uncomfortably after taking a bite. Graham is in a hurry. Go to the pharmacy to buy medicine immediately. The pharmacy is closed early at this time. He doesn't care so much. I keep blaming myself. My daughter was tired all the way. I also gave him a mental blow. It's so inappropriate. Graham quickly rang the pharmacy's big. The door called the boss up. Due to the fact that Somali's human identity cannot be revealed, you can only buy fever reducers that work for all races. But the price of that medicine is very expensive. Graham said nothing. Just take out all the money you've saved. Finally got the medicine back. After going back, old Father Gentle. Just let Samari drink these pills slowly. Finally put Soma to sleep. At this time, the store owner also came to check the situation. Graham said it was all his fault. Failed to notice the change in her daughter in time. Also caused them trouble. The store owner also comforted him by saying, "There are no perfect parents in this world. Even he can't do it well sometimes. But if you find out that you are wrong, you should also take the initiative to hug the child. Let him know how much you care about him. That's family." The next day, Soma's fever was gone. Graham told his daughter to work a little longer. It was only then that Samari realized, all the money I saved was used to buy her medicine. I started blaming myself again. The little girl immediately threw herself into her father's arms and began to cry. Father and daughter apologized to each other. Finally made up. Soma wants to end her journey. Can also be with Dad. I hope Dad can agree to his request. Graham had to tell a white lie. Made a promise with my daughter. Unexpectedly, he was exposed by Uncle Wolf as soon as he went out. He said he had seen the dying forest god, just like Graham is now. Graham knew he couldn't, but now he can only hide it from his daughter. Soon they had enough money, going on another journey. Hila was crying so hard. He was reluctant to let Soma go. So Mary made a pact with him that she would definitely come back again. After saying goodbye, the father and daughter embarked on a journey again. Although I took a carriage all the way, but still hot, Soma can't take it anymore. After reaching the next village, the two finally arrived to the restaurant. Somali wants to order an ice cream. Unexpectedly, only the last cold drink was left. The bird woman on the side also wants it. So he got into a fight with Somali. Unexpectedly, in the dispute, Birdman girl actually saw through Somali's identity. At this time, a Birdman came forward to stop the bird girl. Birdman's name is Hydra. I traveled with Bird Girl for medical treatment. The relationship between the two of them. Same as the relationship between the two of them. It was Hydra who adopted Birdman's sister Yuzo. After hearing that Graham wanted to find humans, Yuzo suggested that we should go together. Everyone has a partner. Graham was a little concerned, but look at Somali's expectant eyes. I had to agree, but after sending off Graham and Somali, Yuzo asked Hydra to take off her mask. I didn't expect it. Hydra turned out to be a human with feathered eyes. It's the curse of the Birdman. There is only one way to eliminate the curse. It is to heal with human blood. Now Hydra's life is running out. To prolong his life, Yuzo had the idea of Somali. The next day, the four of them embarked on a journey together. Unexpectedly, it was only halfway there. They had a sandstorm. Somali almost got thrown out. Fortunately, Yuzo caught him. After the weather clears up, the four of them went camping for dinner together. See that Soma is a good boy. Wuzoe is also a little impatient. Then the four came to a cave full of ore. They're going to stay here for one night. Hydra is going to pitch a tent with Graham, and Yuzoe takes Somali with him to catch fireflies for lighting. Then they both talked about their old father, but Yuzoe said he had no father, only mother. Mother also passed away due to illness. After that, Hydra has been accompanying him alone. He loved the sea. Della and Mary were arguing. He also likes his father very much. It seems that the two are really the same. But Wuzoe secretly made up her mind. For Hydra, he had to do it. Graham, on the other hand, talks to Hydra. He had heard that there had been traces of humans on the far west side of the desert. Ask Hydra if he knows. Hydra quickly denied, said he didn't know anything, and asked why Graham was looking for humans. I'm not waiting for Graham to answer yet. Yuzo came back with Somali. They found a lot of fireflies to illuminate. I heard Hydra coughing. Yuzo's heart aches. As soon as I heard that Somali still wanted to go out to play, hurry up and take him to the depths of the cave to fetch water. Wait until the remote place. If you press it on the ground, you will kill the child, he told Somali. As long as there is his blood, Hydra might be saved. Hydra finally couldn't take it anymore. Just tell Graham he's human too, and to stop Yuzo immediately. On the other hand, of course, Somali refused to give in. Just as the two were arguing, he actually stumbled and fell into the river. Looking at Somali struggling desperately in the water, Wuzoe can't bear it anymore. She jumped into the river and brought Somali back up. He also took the initiative to stretch out the feathers on one side to keep him warm, and apologized to Soma. He also expressed his difficulties, and that's when Graham arrived. See old father. Soma threw herself happily into his arms. The old father is about to settle accounts with Yuzo. The next second, he was stopped by his daughter, and Yuzo, who lost his last chance. Also, very guilty. Rush into Hydra's arms and cry. After the night, the two little girls have made up. Outside, Hydra told Graham the truth. He believes his illness is deserved, because he actually ate Yuzo's mother. Della used to have a happy family too. Unexpectedly, monsters invaded their village. Not only burning and looting, we're going to be cooking people. Hydra had to flee with his wife and daughter, hiding in the cave for 3 days and 3 nights, starving to death. Hydra had to risk her life and go out to find something to eat. Unexpectedly, I happened to see a female birdman. So Hydra tried her best to crush the monster to death and dragged it into a cave to share with his family. He did not expect the evil of this monster to have a curse. Wife and daughter were cursed to death. Only Hydra eats less. He didn't die instantly, just when he wanted to kill himself. Birdwoman's child has come to find her mother, to atone for his crimes. Hydra decided to raise Yuzo. This confession was also heard by Yuzo. The next day, they continued on their journey, ended up encountering a desert tornado halfway through. The two girls were swept away in an instant. Graham quickly stopped Hydra, who wanted to rescue. Going out now will only be in vain. He has opened his eyes, confirmed the direction in which the daughter was swept away, decided to wait until the wind stopped before going to the rescue. I don't know how long it has been. The two people who were swept to the other side of the desert also woke up. Samari comforts Yuzo. It doesn't matter if it's not real family, because the feeling of liking each other will not change. And Hydra hesitated. I know that the relationship between the two is irreversible. I think I have no face to face Yuzo. Graham told him, it's trial time. No matter the outcome, he has to face the object of atonement. Just then, Graham sees two little girls are being hunted by desert bugs. Graham is ready to use himself as bait. Let Hydra take the opportunity to save them. Instead, Hydra stepped forward, lure the desert bugs away. It turned out that he didn't think he would live long anyway. Now, it's better to trade this life for Yuzo's safety. Just as he was about to be eaten by a monster, Yuzo cut off the bug's tentacles with a flash. Graham took the opportunity to catch another shot, beat the bug away, and Yuzo grabbed Hydra. Call yourself and never allow him to escape with death. He wants to ask today, why did Hydra have to stay with her? The little girl burst into tears. He commanded Hydra to live and be with him. This is the greatest punishment for him. The father and daughter have finally overcome the estrangement. Samari also made fun of Wu Soi as a crybaby. Nothing. That's a happy smile. Then the four of them started their journey again. At night, Graham also revealed the truth to Hydra. His days are dwindling, so it must be before that. Return Somali to the humans. Hydra gave Graham a tip. That is, there is a witch's village at the end of the desert. It is said that the knowledge of the world is gathered. Maybe it can help them. Fleming decided to go to the village to get information. The next day, four of them arrived at the edge of the desert. Their journey is coming to an end. Somali was reluctant, lost. This time it was Yuzoi who comforted him, said to wait until Hydra's disease was cured. They will meet again. Then the four people parted in front of the jungle. The mother and daughter walked all the way. Finally arrived at the witch's village. Under the guidance of the witch, they have come to the place where the wisdom of the world is gathered. Witch library. As soon as you come in, so Mary was drawn to cooking books. The old man complained, I think you just remembered to eat it. After the witch learns that they are looking for humans, he brought the two of them to the curator. The curator lived to be over 400 years old. It's coming to an end. He took advantage of his last breath. He told both of them his story. When the curator rode a broom on a mission, unexpectedly, a storm hit. When he opened his eyes, came to the human village. The forest gods here are responsible for establishing human order. Cowardly humans are most afraid of racial invasion. So, without confirming race, hostility towards the curator. Fortunately, the forest god lied about being human. That was it. During this time in the life of the human race, the curator befriended the little girl, Mia. You can interact with the local people. He really didn't want to leave, but I had to go back and do it, just as he was about to say goodbye to Mia, but found that humans had captured the two-headed monster. The monster said it was just passing by. No malice. But in the eyes of humans, all other races are enemies. So kill it. No matter how much the monster begged for mercy, it wouldn't stop. Even if the monster is dead, humans will continue to whip corpses. Even Mia is involved. The curator despairs of humanity. Frightened, he fled into the forest. Get out of here before you're exposed. Otherwise, you will be poisoned by this. Unexpectedly, just then, he was found by Mia. Mia is in a hurry to take him home. I didn't expect a crosswind to blow. Scrape Mia under the cliff. And Mia was going to die. The curator finally couldn't help it. Use magic to save Mia. But this did not earn human approval. The forest gods had to play on the scene. For the sake of saving Mia. Get out of here now. Kessel. White. Unplug the catalog and go. Start. Oni, stand up, vicino. So that was kind of a consolation to the curator. After many years away, he became the witch elder. And he wrote about it in his book. They believe that they need to communicate with humans for a long time. Get rid of their biases. Unexpectedly, this book was seen by other races. Therefore, it was decided to exterminate the human race. This caused a catastrophe of humanity. Well, you can't blame the curator. It was an accident. And finally, the curator invited Somali to come to him. I tried my best to touch Somali's little hand. Here he is again 300 years apart, close to a human being. And the last time, he can finally leave contented. He told Somali, if you want to find humans, go to the end of the world. Then he turned into a butterfly, completely left this world. So the father and daughter continued their journey, ready to go to the end of the world. And it rained on the way. The father and daughter went to the wooden house to take shelter from the rain. In the dead of night, looking at the end of the world on the map. But Rem doesn't know if his body can hold out there. Just then, Somali is hungry again. The old father had to open the granary of the wooden house. And I made a cake for Soma. So Mary waited and fell asleep. When she wakes up, the cake is ready. Go down this bite. I was directly cried by the delicious food. I'll make the sauna crisper. I'll give the sauna a bucket. I dodged for a long time. Didn't wait for Tesco's light. It's a poor man. The old father was also very moved. Unexpectedly ate half of it. Mary's teeth are starting to come loose. He was just about to tell his old father. There was a sound outside the door. Open the door. It turned out that he encountered 2 ghosts before. So Mary was delighted. I didn't expect them to meet again so soon. So Mary quickly took out the cake to share with them. But he was worried about his teeth wobbling. Don't dare to eat sweet anymore. The next morning, although it has arrived in the next town, ready to buy some supplies here. But the people here look so unkind. Brother Wei expressed this. It's a 3-way zone. Bad law and order. Turns out they're here because the best dentist is on business. That's why I came here. After hearing that the dentist will extract teeth, Soma is scared. As a result, I went to the place to take a look. The famous dentist turned out to be a little mouse. He came up and gave a lively lesson in tooth extraction. He also said that if the tooth decay falls out, it will not grow again. Therefore, you must take care of your teeth. Scared the little girl to the point of death. Come out of the clinic. Graham saw that something was wrong with Somali. Let him open his mouth and see. So scared that the little girl turned her head and ran away. I ran into 3 hooligans. The rogue called out directly, "This is a noble person. If you don't pay for the Beijing courtyard today, don't even think about leaving." Graham's backhand is a head-to-head kill. Another one flipped over. The last rascal thought, the ghost doctor shouldn't be that strong. It's a pity that the ghost doctor's sensitivity is full. One move can give him a hard time. After sending the 3 hooligans away, the little girl is sad. Turns out she just knocked her teeth out. The ghost doctor thought it was just a tooth change. So I took Soma to the dentist. I heard that permanent teeth will grow again for a while. So Mary was relieved. The dentist gave Graham a little box. It means that the baby teeth that the child has lost can be collected. Make a souvenir later. Graham didn't know if he could wait for that day. I didn't want to, but on second thought, I still left the box behind. On the way back, for 4 people, I actually met a rogue boss. He took a fancy to the skills of Graham and Big Brother Ghost. He wanted to hire 2 bodyguards. We give them a place to live for free. So they went to their quarters. It's not bad to clean up the accident. Soma also fell asleep sweetly. The old father also covered him with a quilt thoughtfully. This scene is so warm. Just as Graham was about to take a break, the ghost doctor offered to talk. When you open your mouth and ask, "Mary should be human, right?" It turned out that when we first met, the ghost doctor saw it. He asked Graham why he wanted to be a father to humans. Only then did Graham tell the original situation. He was on patrol when he spotted an overturned carriage due to a traffic accident. The monsters and the captured humans are all dead. Only Somali is left alive. Somali saw Graham for the first time. Just call him Dad. Later, he became Graham's follower. No matter how hard you try, you can't get rid of him. However, Graham relies on his long legs, climbed the hill with ease. In the end, Soma was still unable to keep up with him. As the god of the forest, he doesn't want to interfere with the laws of nature. That's the law of the jungle, survival of the fittest. But he was inexplicably worried that Somali would die. And this is what happened. Somali has appeared again, so angry that Graham immediately ordered him to leave the forest. "Don't make me hit you with a platinum star." As a result, Somali's stomach rumbled. Graham's heart softened. "Hurry up and find something to eat for the little girl. Tell him to leave after eating." Graham couldn't figure it out. How could a human child be here? But the young Somali, but can't remember anything. Graham turned around and left. "Somali, hurry up and show your foodie nature. Pack up the rest of the food before chasing it." As a result, along the way, Graham who said hurry up, but I have been secretly poking and caring about him. It's so spoiled. Until they reached the waterfall, Graham just told Somali, says he is the god of the forest without emotion, born to be alone. Teligane, Yishio's big demon is moving. This sentence directly melted Graham's heart, and he used the Eye of God to free Soma from her chains. This time, Soma can finally run freely. Ran away, and then Graham had to take his daughter to catch fish to eat. He had just walked into the river. The shard on the arm broke apart. Soma was distressed. Quickly jump into the river to find the debris. I forget that I can't swim at all. Or was it Graham who quickly fished it up for him? Ask him why he did it. How like a poor man. But compared to your own body, Graham was even more worried about Somali drowning. At night, Somali is asleep. Graham has a sense of responsibility. If you die, Somali will definitely not survive in the forest. So it has to be before that. Return Somali to the humans. The next day, he announced his plan to his daughter. And that was the beginning of their journey. The ghost doctor asked Graham worriedly again, how much time does he have left? Graham takes off his clothes and takes a look. There's only a little shell left of him, and the muscles start to break. The joints creak. Graham said if he couldn't hold on and fell. I hope I can entrust my daughter to the care of a ghost doctor. Of course the ghost doctor would, but he felt that this is not the ending Graham wanted. And the next day, Graham and Big Brother Ghost went to work and earn money. Let the ghost doctor and Somali watch the house together. After half a day, the little girl woke up from the warm blanket. See the snow. The first thing I want to do is share it with my father, only to find that his father had disappeared. After the ghost doctor reminded, he just remembered that his old father had gone to work. Therefore, the two cuties began a life without an old father. Sumari wanted to take the opportunity to give Graham a gift. I wanted to paint a portrait. It's a pity that the painting is so bad. I really can't let go. At night, Graham came back from work. Samari rushed straight up and hugged the old father. Big Brother says he is very busy with work, but Tamara the boss said that he will send them supplies. It just so happens that snow is not easy to purchase. Let them help receive it. And the next day. So, what gift does Mary want to give while cleaning? As a result, I accidentally fell. Just knocked over a few balls of yarn. Ghost Doctor, this is a good thing. Why don't you just make up a gift for Graham? But the two don't know what to make up. Just then, the lady boss who delivered the supplies is here. He also brought them a lot of delicious food. Saw them ready to make something up. I just proposed that the bracelet can be woven. Somali is happy. I also chose 3 colors. Let the lady boss ask him to weave a bracelet. It is said that this lucky bracelet, you can keep the people you like by your side forever. So Somali takes this really seriously. The lady boss couldn't help but give him a hug. As a result, this hug made the lady boss detect an abnormality. At night, the lady boss gathered several hooligans. He was certain that Somali was human. You have to take him and eat him. Wait for the next day. When Graham goes out to work, the uneasy lady boss has appeared again. After learning that they're going to the next town tomorrow, he pointed out a shortcut for the 2 of them at the same time. And so Mari's finally done with the bracelet. I began to look forward to the expression on my father's face when he received the gift. This is a very sensitive issue for women. Graham is also in front of the children's clothing store and can't walk anymore. Brother Ghost thought, Graham wants to give a cute padded jacket as a gift. However, Brother Ghost was also very pleased. After all, Graham was pretty advanced with this idea. At night, old father comes back. Samari quickly took it out. I've been making bracelets for days. Never thought. The old father also bought the same bracelet. Father and daughter put a bracelet on the other party. They are each other's angels. Soon the night will be late. Graham is also going back to rest. Unexpectedly, he sensed movement in the distance. Open the experiment and take a look. These demons are actually discussing how to capture humans. Graham quickly woke up Big Brother Ghost. Brother Ghost calls us not human, afraid of a hammer. The ghost doctor had no choice but to tell the truth, and said he would choose to protect Somali. Brother Ghost is naturally not a king. Swear to protect your friends. Soon the demons broke in, but there's only Brother Ghost here. Somali has already run away. Lu Dagwe quickly rode the blood horse and ran away, left and right, attracting pursuers. Little did he know that Graham and his party. It has come to the shortcut mentioned by the lady boss. This road is getting more and more wrong. Graham could still sense that someone was chasing them. So I quickly picked up Somali and sprinted. Want to escape this secret passage. Unexpectedly, the bridge in front turned out to be a broken bridge. The pursuers are about to catch up. It's a big jump for the old father to pick up the child directly. At the same time, spread the exoskeleton wings to catch the gun recoil. Direct and smooth landing. The 3 then moved on. I didn't expect to meet the lady boss in the secret road. Everyone thinks the lady boss is a good person. Let him lead the way. Result: this bad mother-in-law led the 3 of them into a trap in a blink of an eye. So Mary doesn't understand why she's doing this. So Mary panicked, scared, pulling the corner of the old father's clothes. But Graham was torn. It took a lot of his strength to fly down the cliff just now. If you use it again, it will only increase the consumption of life. However, the enemy has arrived, forced him to take on the armed form. It seems that the old father's body still can't stand it. The invincible Graham finally fell. No matter how much Somali cries, she doesn't respond. Seeing that the demons are going to be in front of him, chop up my daughter. Graham finally couldn't take it anymore. Burning life. Turned on black runaway mode. Dare to touch my daughter. You cubs are going to die. Start with the fire shield. Even the cannon scared the monsters and turned to run. Graham jumped after him. Kill one with a backhand. Then we're going to kill this evil boss lady. He fell to his knees and begged for mercy. In the nick of time, Brother Ghost actually saved the lady boss. Then he yelled at Graham, "No matter what, you can't kill people in front of children?" Graham's eyes are red. He changed hands and went to work for Big Brother Goo. Never thought. This time, it was Somali who stood in front of the lady boss. He was very determined. Believe that your father will never hurt you. At the call of Somali, Graham finally regained his senses, temporarily passed out. When she wakes up again, Somali is lying next to her. The little girl is worried to death. The old father quickly comforted his daughter that he was fine. So Mary took out the broken bracelet, brought it up to Graham again. But only Graham understands. Now, he can't even hold the cup. Only the doctor noticed the details. He told Graham to tell the truth. "How is your body?" Graham told the truth. He also expressed that he would rather run amok again and hurt his daughter. Better to leave as soon as possible. The next day, they finally arrived at the new village. It's so busy here. Just ask. They were just in time for the village harvest festival. At this time, Sue Marie was attracted by a beautiful flower. Dr. Liu said it was a flower to welcome the souls of ancestors. Dead souls will follow the light of flowers as a signpost. Return to them. Graham said, when creatures die, they return to the earth. There's actually no soul. But this was refuted by the villagers. Because of him, we all believe that death doesn't mean everything is over. The stubborn soul will surely return to the person it loves the most. The old father and daughter of the Wemina cadre, eating and walking. No matter what wish you have today, Graham will satisfy Somali. Soon they arrived at the performance venue. Somali is too low to see. Graham wanted to help, but Big Brother Ghost picked up Somali first. In Graham's place, it's time for him to go. Wait for Somali to turn around. I can't find my father anymore. The ghost doctor also jumped directly. Graham's not coming back. Somali ran all the way out. For him, no one can replace it. Graham. Finally, out of breath, I found my father by the river, but his father ordered him not to go near, and announced that the trip of the two had come to an end. No matter how much Somali begged, he ignored it. Somali cries and asks her father, "I would be sad without you. Aren't you sad?" Graham says he has no feelings at all. Graham immediately retorted, "All the good things since the two met. I said it all." Now Graham finally couldn't deny it. I even shed tears. The father and daughter finally agreed again. Even if the father's life is exhausted, spend every second with your child. Even if it becomes a soul, I will always be by his side. The first season of the story has come to an end. I have to. This is really a family story in the world. The most touching one, as a journey of healing. And the stories were told very clearly. Graham, who has always believed in the laws of nature. For the first time, I believe I can have a soul. To be able to accompany Somali all the time. And this is really the law of nature. Cherish every day together. Love the one you love without reservation. This is Gray. The takeaways of Sam and Somali on this trip. This is also where we are on this journey. Harvest. Believe that they will fulfill the promise at the end. Finally, remember to help Sparkling Stories channels follow and like it. See you next time.